So your tears are watering the seeds of your abundant future. Okay. I feel like someone coming across this has been crying more than usual. And I'm not talking about performative tears, okay? So, for example, this is not because you've watched a sad movie and as a result you're crying. This feels like it's happening in quiet moments where you can't even explain why, but you know that something is happening within you, something is happening within your body. I actually feel like someone might have asked another person, oh, like, why are you crying? You know, what's going on? Why are you crying? And it's like you're saying, I don't know why I'm crying. So this is about what's behind those tears. And I feel like these tears are not necessarily panicked, but you know that they feel different because they're just rolling off you. So this isn't to tell you that, when you see these tears, just know that they're watering something new for you. They're creating space and emotionally clearing something for you here. So this isn't really about strength or weakness. This isn't to make you question whether or not you're doing the right thing or to feel that something is wrong. And so I would say don't take these tears as evidence as if something is falling apart, because it's not. If anything, it's more about this endurance, this time, this distance, this effort that you've been kind of putting through with everything, taking your time. This is about the pause in that, these tears. I also feel like there's a kind of strength that comes from enduring something, you know? And in this endurance, I actually feel like this is more about the pressure. I feel like these tears are happening because you've held something in so long that your body has got so used to it that it's not associating it with danger, with caution, with hey, beware. It's not doing any of that. It's simply allowing and creating space. Look at this rose. See this opening in the rose? There's space. This is about creating space in something so that lights can flood in. I'm going to give an analogy here. So just think about these tears as like some kind of release of pressure, of everything that you've been holding on to. You don't really have a reason for why it's happening, but you know it's just happening, okay? It's all this pressure, all the things that you've had to endure, that you've been quiet about, you've not necessarily spoken about, that you've probably just gone along with it because you just have to, or you must, okay? And so I'm going to give an analogy. If you think about being out in nature, think about the desert, think about a very hard ground that's just like sand, right? Nothing is going to grow in that. Absolutely nothing is going to grow. It's just going to be rock, hard sand. And it can stay like that for many years. But if we want growth, if we want to bring life to that sand, then we have to find a way to soften it. And what softens that ground? What will soften that ground? It will be water, right? It's water that's going to do that. And so your tears, these tears that you're crying right now, they're doing the exact same thing. They're softening, they're finding a way to soften that ground, okay? They're finding a way to soften what survival for you has made rigid. Because living in this society, in this world, with all the demands and everything on us, whether that's work or family or friends or relationships, or even insecurities within self as well, these have made us get into a state of like survival. I just have to get along with it. But actually, if you think about that desert sand, when that water goes into it, imagine the sand has like cracks. The water is going to go where it wants to go. And I feel like beyond that, there's some kind of intelligence there. Like, just because you're pouring water into the sand, you don't get to direct where that water goes. It is going to go into the holes and the spaces that it feels that it needs to cover. And it's the same with your tears. It will just come over you. It will just flood. And I think there's something really important about that intelligence, that no amount of logic can explain why you're feeling like this, why these tears have been pouring out of you. One of my absolute favorite poets, Khalil Gibran, I'll write his name, Khalil Gibran. You know, he's dead now, anyway. It's been ages ago. He says something like, sorrow is basically joy unmasked. And perhaps I'm not quoting the exact quote, but the other thing that he did say was that the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, I should write this down, the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Okay, now looking at this word, what is containment? Containment is about having capacity to take on something, capacity to endure something. He's not necessarily saying that sorrow is good, right? He's just saying that they're both using the same internal capacity. They're both using the same space. You know, your heart, right? Your heart is feeling the pain. It's also your heart that smiles. You know, your mind is like occupied with negative thoughts. It's the same mind that's occupied with positive thoughts. And so this capacity also comes in with space, right? Think about emotionally clearing space. These tears are emotionally clearing the centers within you, within your body, within your space, within your aura, within your environment that needs to be cleared so that you can have the capacity to hold, and you can have the capacity to undertake this abundant life that these seeds are going to grow into. These tears are so important, so necessary, so needed. There's no question about it. There's no question beyond it. And it's because it's an intelligence that is greater than you. An intelligence that allows you to be you. It's like breathing, your breath. We can't explain it, but it's there. And in that same power, in that same divinity, it is bringing forth an energy that's going to set the foundation for this abundant life, this abundant moment, abundant season, whatever it may be. But to do that, we need this thing, we need this space. And so if you're asking yourself, you know, I keep crying, I don't know, I don't understand, blah, blah, we just want you to know that this is not about punishment or delay. Nothing has actually gone wrong. Why am I worried? Why am I crying? No, it's fine. It's not a punishment. It's not a delay. It's just a space that's been created for something that couldn't grow before. It can't grow on that particular land, on that particular ground. It needs something to soften it so that we can have newness, have life, have something else. But eventually the tears will stop, okay? Eventually they will stop. But they will stop when when you no longer need the water. Not because you want it to stop. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you with two questions to sit with and to reflect with as well. I truly can't wait to hear or see or sense what abundant life, moment, joy, etc. that these tears that you're crying now are watering the seeds for. So the questions that I will leave you with are, what is being released and no longer needs to be carried forward? Okay, and this is about no matter what state you're in, and what kind of future would require this level of emotional clearing. You know, and this future is about now. This future isn't necessarily a specific moment 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. If it's happening now, it is now. And I think if you're able to sit with part one, then part two, the nowness, the nowness, I don't even know if that's a word, will be the perfect follow through. I keep thinking about to be. Yeah, exactly, to be. This will be the now, right? This is about your being. Who said, is it to be or not to be? Was that Shakespeare? I think it was Shakespeare. To be or not to be. So once one happens, then two becomes your being. This I am. But I just feel like this is going to be a completely other video because there's so much to say about this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. See you in the next video.